Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Chantry House Baltimore. I am once again your storyteller. For beginning announcements, we go. As you see, we are still down a player, Saege. He is experiencing internet troubles, I believe, and may join us later in the stream. Not stream. Later in the episode. Later in the game. He might
At
not.
some point in the future, maybe.
Yeah, we don't know. Where he's at currently is experiencing thunder and lightning. It's very, very frightening. So when he joins, he'll join and be like, "Ooh, he joined." Other than that, I don't think we have any other really pre-game announcements. So Katrina, our resident editor and chronicler of our chronicles, what happened last time?
We met a couple of people. We found out that I'm sorry, can I remember how to pronounce your character's name, Hera?
Ronja.
Amy.
Ronja.
Oh.
Her
Just call her a wolf.
What? I'm sorry.
Started working at this place called Tully's. The boss is very sus, too nice, does not make sense, does not compute. So we went and talked to him. And then we met our neighbors, Kathy, a shitty 40-year-old independently wealthy Karen who is nosy beyond belief. And Paul, the next door neighbor, who is a hipster social media influencer, who invited us to a cookout. And we left off with all of us going to check out the basement and realizing about halfway down the stairs that the reason we hadn't checked out the basement yet is because when we first got here, there wasn't one. Yeah, and that's where we left off, with us like in the basement being like, hey guys, yesterday this wasn't here.
All right. So yeah, so let's begin. Let's get wondering. No. Let's get wonderful. No.
Where does that fit in?
Yeah, I don't.
I was trying to do a intro kind of thing, like game begin, abracadabra. We're working on it.
It's morphing time. Is that what we should be saying?
I don't agree
Raging
with that.
time.
All right, so you were in the basement, had just entered it. It was the four of you plus Naboo, I believe, correct?
That sounds right.
All right. And you see as you go down, it's like a small, like, it's not a hallway, a vestibule, is it? Like when you get down and it's just like a area you kind of stand in with a door to go through.
Atrium? That doesn't fit.
Vestibule.
Yeah, I
It'd be a
guess so.
vestibule, effectively. Though I usually a vestibule connects from the inside to the outside.
Yeah. Whatever that
Prevent wind and crap from getting into the store.
Yeah, whatever that thingy's called in the basement. I'm not an architecturist. So there are two doors. One door looks like a regular house door. The other one has several locks on it and chains and a few sigils etched into the frame. Naboo's just like, ooh, that
Nope,
door looks
don't.
dangerous.
Yes, don't touch it.
I want to touch it. Can I lick it? I
No,
wanna lick it.
no, stay away from it. Anyone know what this means?
This wasn't in the document that we signed.
Lease. Those are called lease and or rent statements, right?
I mean, you're not wrong, but Kevin, could we roll like a thing to try and determine what these sigils mean or are meant to do?
Any of you read Enochian or Enochian?
Was that
Kevin,
the thing
this
that
isn't-
always offered?
Kevin,
That
this
was-
isn't Power Rangers. You don't get 3 billion languages.
So the answer is none of you took that as one of your, I believe there's either a background or a advantage you could take, a merit. Languages.
I
No.
definitely do not speak in no.
I know the language of the universe, but not that one.
So you think it's some sort of mystical thing, but it's not related to any of your traditions of anyone standing here, and none of you speak the language as written in.
Right.
We probably don't want to just, kick it or something.
It's probably really well secured and closed off and like marked with runes and shit for a reason.
That's where all the cool shit is.
Is there a window on the door?
No.
Oh. Is there a gap under the bottom of the door? Or a keyhole we could look through?
There's a couple keyholes because there's a couple locks.
Oh, but not one that goes through the door.
The other door does.
I'll check the other door then.
Do you just open it up? Or do you
I'll jiggle the handle.
jiggle it? It opens.
All right. What's in the normal room? Or was this all a trick?
You go in and it looks like a room that should be the size of the actual basement. Thinking about like, you okay, Katrina?
I'm getting kicked.
Okay, that's fine. And so you see the should be roughly the size of the actual basement. At the center of it is what looks like Seal of Solomon along the walls of this room, etched in like, it's blood or red as various sigils and stuff. At the very center where the Seal of Solomon is, there's candles around, and there is a pool of blood that looks like it's something's continuously like dripping in it, but there's nothing above it dripping. Nebu's just like,
just closing the door.
I can just close the door. I'll close the door, but we got to talk about this.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Nebu's like, I don't like that room.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah,
thinking
you
it's
need
time
to-
for you
like
to
that
go
room either.
upstairs.
Yeah. Maybe you should go back upstairs.
No, I'm scared to go anywhere alone.
I'm sorry, would you rather be hanging out in the creepy basement with the creepy summoning circle?
Well, if it's anything like that show my brother
It's
showed
not.
me, that means if I separate,
It's
it's
much
easier
worse.
for a monster to get me. But if I keep with you, y'all will die first, and the young kid, will survive.
Can I call Snorlax?
What do you call him?
I'm calling Snorlax to go back upstairs with Naboo.
So it's like, kid walks. I was like, the kid and the animal being separated from the pack.
It means
It's a
you're gonna be
horror movie.
safe.
And I tell Naboo, Snorlax will protect you.
So it's like, maybe.
No.
As far as you know.
So do we think this is where that person did his big spell, Eugene, to form a node here? Do you think he did it where the sigil was,
Could
the
be.
seal?
Is that a thing that we could sense somehow, Kevin, or determine?
Does
Some of
anyone-
you
Would a
might
node feel different?
potentially there could be magic someone could roll for if you have the right spheres.
What
What
spheres do?
kind of spheres?
Yeah, how do we know what spheres? Do we just use all the ones we have? And
Well, there is a document I had sent you that detailed what the spheres do, but if you don't want to look that up, it would be the sphere of prime.
it's 700 pages long.
There's a second document I sent that was only like,
Yeah, it's
12
much less
pages.
pages.
Mhm,
Only
it's much
six-
less pages.
oh,
I was
yeah.
about to say it's probably Prime, right?
The 9 spheres,
yes, that document, which
only
I got
20
from,
pages.
yeah, so it's a if you're wondering, there was a document provided by a third party person on the Storyteller's Vault called, it's just, I think, called the 9 Mystic Spheres. All it basically does is take the description of the spheres and like a brief synopsis of what they do and puts in a nice little free thing you get, so you don't have to keep flipping through the behemoth of a core book that is Mage 20th. So if you guys want to check it out on Storyteller's Vault, those who are watching, go for it. Maybe give the guy some money. I think it's free. It might cost some money. I don't remember. Either way, it's a nice little thing to utilize for especially new players. But yes, Prime would be the sphere used.
I have 2 in Prime
Mm-hmm.
and 1 in Correspondence. So I don't know how far of a range that would get me at all or anything. If that helps at all.
Oh, without using Correspondence, you just open the door. You could use Prime.
I would assume that like without correspondence, you can still affect things that you're not directly touching.
Yes. So
Correspondence is more you want to affect something.
Well,
that
yeah,
you
but I'm
can't even
hesitant to
sense,
enter the room,
right?
is what I'm saying.
okay, so spells, if you don't use Correspondence, can affect anything that you as a person could normally detect with your senses. So your kind of vision, your touch and stuff.
Oh, okay.
Correspondence allows you to go beyond that. So if you just open the door and look in the room, you're good. Because you are looking in the room. If you close the door,
I wasn't
you
sure
need
if I had to touch
Correspondence
it.
to go beyond. Well, it depends on what your spell is. Because you have to construct your spell.
Oh, so also like if the blood had a very strong smell, you could even affect it. Like it just can be any sense, right? If it's smelled really strong, you could even do it through the door without seeing it.
It also still has to match the kind of magics you'd be using.
Of
Mhm.
course.
Master martial artist ain't go back. I smell teenagers. You know, so.
Dookie.
I think he could.
So Holly, Jolly, how you gonna do your spelly?
So one of my instruments, some of my instruments are
Banjo.
Huh?
I said banjo.
Are circles and symbols and meditation. So I was thinking maybe like sit down on the floor and draw like a circle on the floor with chalk and try and focus and see what kind of magic might be happening in there. If that's a node, if it's a something else, if
So you go, sit down, meditate in your little circle you drew. People to have a kind of push out of the way a little. So roll your rate.
all right. So I have 2 in a rate.
So you roll 2 dice.
Oh, there's a button for a rate. Okay. Description. There we go. That works. DP mod. That's the difficulty, right?
No,
So
that's your dice pool.
6. Nope.
DP stands for dice pool.
Why bother asking me that if you said it? Like it's a but. Okay.
It's if you get extra for something.
One success.
That doesn't
I don't understand. I don't think that's correct.
make sense either.
You rolled 4 dice there.
Yeah, I know. But I told it I rolled 2. Yeah. So
Oh, the DP is
mod,
extra dice.
That's extra dice. It's not.
Or if you are just rolling and don't have a pool already selected.
Yeah, dice pool modifier. I mean,
Yeah,
that makes
but then
sense.
how would I
I
know
do
what
think
my
it's
arete
amazing.
is?
I do think it's amazing that Roll20 has like this light gray on and with white text on top of it. That's an amazing choice.
Well, that's because you're using dark mode.
Oh, okay.
Oh yeah, I had to turn my dark mode off because I couldn't read half of the things.
I also find it funny
I mean-
that I am.
The light mode is also not the easiest to look at either. So
I mean, it's better than gray on white on gray. Yeah. So I don't know which of these rolls we would like to use, Kevin. I got a 1
Well,
for both.
you
but I
only have
rolled
2
it.
dice, so you roll the 2. All right, so let us look at my charts.
On the plus side, the cat and the child were able to go upstairs.
That is true. So
Wait,
they
were
probably
able
won't
to?
die.
No, wait, the cat came down, so the basement is
I
permanent.
mean, I had to sit on the floor and draw a circle. It probably was plenty of time for a child to go up like what?
I think they're
No,
saying
no,
is
no,
that
I
you
mean,
were
it's-
able to actually exit the.
Yeah, we
thing
weren't
in that
trapped,
front.
like-
that's more what I'm
we
talking
weren't
about.
trapped.
not-
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yes, so as you open up your meditative senses and just detect and stuff, you do detect quintessence coming from this. It does appear to be the node.
I think this is where. So you know how he
You
said he
knowed how?
sacrificed himself to power it?
Yeah.
I think the pool of blood might be what's left. Because that when you say pool of blood, Kevin, how big a pool are we talking?
About
Waiting pool.
6 liters or so,
Wait, how many liters are in the human body?
10-ish.
That's a significant amount of blood, yeah.
So this is
It's still-
quintessence blood. I'm imagining sometime like Vanya's gonna go down to the basement and just Snorlax sitting there licking up the blood.
I mean, he eats quintessence, doesn't he?
Yes. Hmm.
Don't look at me.
I 100% would not put it past a cat to just sit there and drink a bowl of blood.
I mean, hey, if you don't have eggs, you can always use human blood.
blood pudding.
That's a chef
Blood,
talking.
cat. I'm dead serious. Blood has the right stuff in it. That if you're making like a meatloaf or something that requires an egg, your blood can actually be substituted for it.
It's not like blood
There-
sausage or blood pudding
There
kind
are
of stuff.
there are many things in this world, Vex, that I never needed to know. But now I do, and I'm
Make-
cursed with this knowledge.
We'll
Your
make blood
blood
meatloaf
omelet.
later.
Blood omelet.
No.
You make something that's not a loaf.
Blood pancake.
It's an appetizing
No.
name. Blood waffles are better.
Blood spam.
So we have one door that leads to the node, another one that is locked tight with all kinds of stuff, and that's it.
Yeah, was I able to maybe get a sense from that? Can I roll again, or was I able to get a sense of what kind of magic are coming off of the runes from the other door?
Yeah, how do we determine that if we can't read it?
I mean, well, there's various things. That's one of the open natures of the game. What is he trying to specifically detect?
Is there magic
Like-
to detect what kind of magic it is?
Yeah, like what kind of magic is coming off of it? Is it entropy? Is it like time
so-
magic? Is it
Oh yeah,
So
good question.
Prime can kind of tell. Basically, think of the spheres. The first level as sensing the thing. So forces detect forces. Spirit detects spirit. Prime
Mhm.
detects the quintessence, which is pure mystical energies.
Mhm.
So
I
if
want
you
to try
want,
to detect what's on the other door.
well, you can see where it's on the other door. It's runes.
I wanted to try to detect like what types of magic might be on the door, just to get
Well-
it narrow it down.
Okay, so what exactly are you trying to detect? How are you trying to do this? Remember, this is not a game of like D&D where it's detect magic. It's
Right.
how
Okay.
does your
So
stuff
I think
work
here's
and-
what I want to do. I think I want to try to determine what sort of physical layout of the door and like what's holding it closed physically, like the physical setup of what's keeping this door in place and how it's closed. Like if there's deadbolts or if the chains wrap around somewhere else, or if it is actually just closed with magic and there's nothing actually holding it shut. I kind of want to see if there's more than we can tell just by looking at it on the outside. That is more of the makeup of it.
Okay, so some of those questions you can answer without magic
Okay,
because it's still a door.
right. But I was wondering if there's things we wouldn't know
Yeah.
without magic.
It wouldn't. All right, so so with the spheres, let's just go down like
I think
correspondence.
this would be matter. I would be looking at
Yeah,
matter.
so matter would detect like what it's made out of, the physical material.
Could it also tell like if it's connected to anything like behind it, or if there's anything like if it's just an empty space behind it?
You'd probably need some correspondence because you're going beyond what you physically could see.
Okay, I have 1 point in correspondence.
So how are you doing this? Remember, you are a techno mage.
Okay. Yeah, so I have a tuning fork that I use. So I'm going to tap that and listen to the vibrations and how they move through the materials in front of the door. Are you looking at something related to what I'm thinking?
Hmm.
Yeah, so I'm gonna use like,
vertical vibration.
yeah, like basically vibration to see. Like how if you tap on a wall that's hollow behind it, it'll sound different.
All right, so you're doing that. So roll a rot.
Ooh, it's tough. Wait, oh, because the 1 canceled the 10. I got a 1 and a 10.
Oh,
Rip.
that sucks.
Oh no.
Everybody shut up, it's too loud
I'm-
down here.
I'm just going to actually go to the door and inspect it more like on a physical level.
Luke, you gain a point of paradox
Oh no,
because you
right?
botched. Yeah,
Is that,
no successes.
that has an
well,
X on the paradox circle?
Yeah, and you start going counterclockwise.
Okay. I'll put it over there.
Oh. Do note, I did mention this during session zeros, but as a reminder, because we did have like 5 of those, and you probably forgotten, you can spend points of quintessence to get auto successes on casting spells.
Okay. How do I get quintessence?
That's based on your avatar background. And then once you use that, you essentially have to meditate at a node to regain that. And I believe it's regained daily.
Okay.
Now you can overclock yourself with quintessence by using high enough levels of prime. But
So we don't have to snort the pool of blood to gain quintessence.
that's an option, but you can also just kind of meditate near
Meditate
it.
next to it.
I think it's just gotta be like Sphere, where we just stare at it blankly till it takes our mind away.
Yeah, but like I said, if you want to just snort it through a straw, I mean, you can, yeah.
I am going to actually get just close to the door, and I'm going to like, as I move closer, see if I feel anything, like I don't know, like some warmth coming out off of some like static electricity in the air, something like that.
Yeah. Feel it, feel it. It feels like a cool wooden door.
The next thing I will inspect the locks that are on it. And I will pull out just a little flashlight and just to like get more light down here and just see like what kind of locks they are. Are they like mixed types, modern security locks, or like there's some kind of old-timey bullshit or something that
They're
is
all
lighter?
old. Yeah, you can kind of really tell just by looking for the most part that they are older locks. There's no, like master lock or anything. These are like, the really old school locks that are
that have
oddly
like some
often
rusty
more.
iron key probably somewhere.
Yeah, oddly enough, they're probably a bit more secure than master locks. Because from what I hear, unless you want to sponsor us, master locks actually aren't that great locks. Sad. But yeah, they appear to be older. I mean, they kind of fit the motif of the rest of the place, that the guy was very much a old person who didn't like modernize stuff, so they are old key locks and stuff.
Okay. And it was the door was just multiple locks.
There are a total of 5 walks. Ooh, walks. 5 locks. Yeah.
Chains.
Did I say chains at the beginning?
I can't
think I
remember.
did. No, I think it was just 5 locks and then the
Okay, 5
sigils along
locks
the door
and
frame.
the sigils along the door frame.
Oddly enough, the person whose tradition might actually make most sense to know any of this is the one who's not here.
Yeah, isn't that how it always works though, Kev?
Yeah.
I mean, the thing like that Ronja is currently thinking about, like, so either this is supposed to keep something in or other people out.
Could we knock on it?
I mean, Ronja was just about to do that. She just knocks.
Sounds like a pretty nice solid wood door. like kind of an oak, maybe mahogany.
Can I peek through one of the locks?
Q tried that, remember, and
They're
none
not
of them
like
They don't
Go.
go through.
Oh, okay.
there's no line of sight. I
Oop.
mean, we could
Ah.
call.
Also, oh no, that answers the question. If they don't go through, the door cannot be opened from the other side because it cannot be unlocked from the other side. Unless it has a double locking mechanism from both sides.
Or
But
maybe-
usually, like these old-timey locks,
EP.
they go all the way through, so you can insert a key from both sides and unlock it that way. And if
Mhm.
it's not, if it doesn't go through and is blocked from the other side, then you can only unlock it from this side.
We could
So it's
call that,
probably to keep something in.
or
Walter?
it's just a really old lock. Yeah, or Dan, was it? Maybe they know this language.
There's also someone named Crystal or Max. We have a few names we could use. I don't know. I don't know who we would know well enough that we would invite him into our surprise
Also-
inner sanctum.
Just
Well,
also
Walter
note,
and Dan have already been here.
Snorlax, you're familiar, does have 3 dice pool of just I know shit dice because that's how familiars work as their spiritual entities. So you can also ask Snorlax for advice.
Oh, then I'm asking Snorlax for advice.
Snorlax at the top of the stairs. So am I babysitting or am I helping you with magic? Just
I think it's
let me
safe
know.
down here. Nabu can come back down if she wants.
Walks down Naboo, he's like, you made me walk
I imagine
up,
Nabu is
made me walk
carrying the
down,
Snorlax.
made me walk down. I don't care if someone's carrying me, I'm still walking down because they're carrying me, but I'm still down. So
So, you know anything about this? These like strange
Hmm.
runes, possibly magic.
I know that your last name is Wolf and I'm a cat. That's weird.
What?
A lot of people name their cats or animals after themselves too, so would that mean then I'd be Snorlax Wolf, but I'm a cat? I have a lot of time on my hands.
This does raise other questions though. Do you like take him to the vet regularly? Like, is he
No.
chipped?
I mean, we did establish that Snorlax is not a regular cat, so doesn't need like usual cat stuff.
I am not gonna have those vampires take my nether regions away. Where are my balls, Ronja?
Good for you.
You just see Snorlax just stare at the door for a while. It's like,
I hate when cats do this.
yeah, so it's a ward, I believe, to keep stuff in.
Does it say anything about what is inside?
No.
Okay.
The keys I found might help though.
Where did you find keys?
I was hunting for mice.
Okay, that's valid.
I found a set of keys under one of the beds.
I was just imagining that he was just doing the cat thing and they had been sitting on a table in like plain view, but the second we walked into the house, he immediately knocked them onto the floor and under the couch.
That's why they were under the bed.
Okay.
They're in Holly's room.
Should we ask Walter if he knows anything about this? Maybe we don't have to worry about it.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a ward. It's secure, I assume, for now.
Well, that's the thing. Is it secure as long as this door is closed, or can we open the door and know what's behind it? Because, like, we should know what's back there.
If we take down the words, I don't think we can put them back up.
Well, the
what
thing is, the
disengages
wards,
I mean,
and the key might be different. It might be the
Exactly.
wards are what's keeping it in,
Oh.
and the keys are literally just keeping people from walking in and
but
like
the wards
getting
might also be
eviscerated.
disengaged by the keys.
Yeah, so maybe we should call somebody.
Yeah, that might be an idea.
Okay, so
We-
we know
The number for the guy who sells fish is on the fridge.
yeah, that's not helpful, bro.
called a
Walter and
fishmonger.
Dan have already been here.
But they haven't been in the basement where the node and the mystery door
No.
is. That's another big step in a relationship to show you your mystery door.
Actually, since there's like runes around the door,
I mean, our other
Um,
option is just have this in our basement forever and not know anything about it.
I mean, I can like, I don't know, get like some big like wardrobe or something, put it in front of it so we don't have to see it all the time when we go down here.
We
It's
could
still gonna
trick
be
Kathy to come down
here.
here.
Oh
Trick
yeah,
who?
that
Another
that's
thing I
gonna
want-
look with Kathy. See what we did to the last person who bugged us? Blood.
That
Just
would be
get it down here.
hilarious.
The pool of blood,
No,
maybe it's like a
no,
portal.
No, it's the door is we unlock it, we shove Kathy in there, and then we lock it again.
Then we know it's holding a monster back. Or if we
Um,
send her down alone, she maybe tries to open it on her own.
Just leave the. I don't know. No, that would be end so badly. That would be like in Ghostbusters with the fucking person from the government
Peck.
that just that
Mhm.
disengages
Mhm.
Was
the
it Peck? Yeah, that guy
Yep,
was-
Walter
ghost
Peck.
vault.
He has no penis.
It's true.
It's true.
Actually, something I want to do, however, is there's 5 logs, and I do want to know if like the number of runes is divisible by 5 or something like that.
There's 22 runes.
Okay. So
While
no.
you guys are having this discussion, I'm gonna run upstairs and grab the keys from underneath my bed.
And you go underneath your bed, you see the keys and a mouse head.
Oh, what the fuck, Snorlax? You just
Hunt.
hear faintly from 2 floors away.
Hunt better, bitch.
What the fuck?
Can you not leave like a mouse head lying around somewhere?
I
You're an
can
intelligent,
cannot.
you are an intelligent enough cat to clean up after yourself.
And waste
He
not, want
is.
not.
He
Finish your
It
heads.
was deliberate. She'll do the like doggy poop bag thing of like grab a bag and scoop it.
I think Q is going to try to make a note of like the door and draw everything, and maybe try to draw the sigils so he can look at it, reference them later, or look them up at some point.
Oh, that is the thing. If we don't want to actually invite Dan or Walter down here, we could just copy the sigils and
Ronja takes
show
out her
them
smartphone and takes a picture.
and say, "Hey, do
I
you
put my notepad away.
have you ever seen any of these before? Do you
I
know what they
probably have
maybe say?"
saved Dan as a contact, right? We have his number.
Yeah,
Do we know him better than Walter though? I mean, we don't
I-
know.
Well, Walter showed you around the place. Dan gave you some doobie snacks.
he did give us weed snacks.
Oh yeah. Oh right, Walter and Dan. I will send Walter then a message with the picture of the door. It's like, care to explain this?
Care to explain this? It's a door.
Is that sends a message back? Sorry. Which one
New
of you
phone,
is
who
this?
dis?
Anya, and this is in the basement that you never mentioned, by the way.
What basement?
He's just like, there's a basement.
There's
Huh.
a basement, and there's a creepy door here.
Sends back. Huh. That explains some things. ... Send.
It's just like the ... that you see when someone's writing a message, and just like writing, deleting, writing.
No, I picture
deleting,
him writing dot,
like-
dot, dot, literally, and then
Yeah.
typing send.
And then she's like dot send, and then what does it explain?
Well, probably where the node is.
And he's like, yeah, I wasn't sure where the node or the collection were. Max didn't really tell me, neither did anyone. So yeah,
I'm sorry.
dot
What
dot dot send.
the
Collection.
collection?
Dot dot. Who's reading over your shoulder? Dot dot.
This is Holly saying this aloud. Like the fuck?
I am
Oh.
reading the messages that I get back. I'm reading them out.
He's like,
What's he got? A fucking Pokedex in there?
Everybody's got that. That's not special.
"Hey, you can just get the app for that.
There's an app for that.
He's like, the prior owner had a habit of collecting various talismans, fetishes, and wonders of peculiar natures. And he kept them stored.
So you think? So that's behind that door.
Is it safe to open
Yards.
it?
Free vault.
He's like, dot dot dot. Have you seen the movie or the movie series The Conjuring? Question mark. Dot 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 dot.
No.
We'll have to do a movie night.
That seems like a made up movie.
It was just like the people who were bad. Anyway, it's like
Conjuring
it's
does
like
not sound like a movie Ronja would watch with Nabu. So
it's a horror movie. They're actually not
I
that
mean,
bad as
as
horror
they
movies go.
go, it's not the worst horror movie.
Nabu is
for
8
children.
years old.
It would definitely
too
fuck with
young for-
Naboo because
that's
it
Too
is.
young.
It's not that it's a gory movie. It's just
creepy
that it
and
is an
scary.
intense movie. It's no.
Yeah,
It's
it's kind of intense, but it's definitely not like the scariest one.
It's got a
would
very
s-
tall man
I
in
would
it.
say intensity is maybe possibly like more more effective.
Okay,
to a
just
child than
because
gore.
of the crooked man, I'm gonna say no. It's probably not appropriate for 8-year-olds.
It doesn't
Just
have
on the
enough
because of the crooked
happy
man.
sounds
On the
and
other
colors
hand,
in
on the
it.
other hand, Nabu has witnessed her parents getting murdered by vampires, so there's also that.
Doesn't mean
Yeah,
she
she
likes
doesn't
it.
need more trauma. Anyway, why are we mentioning The Conjuring?
Is there a crooked man in there?
I can't hear what you're actually saying. So what does Ronja tell me?
Is
Voice to
writing-
text.
is writing back. What does the Conjuring have to do with anything?
It's like the room that they keep stuff in.
So
Though
it
not
is a vault.
everything is cursed. Maybe.
So
I think.
basically,
Maybe. Send.
in the Conjuring movie, the main characters are, well, some of the main characters are basically ghost hunters, except maybe they're hunting a demon. And whenever they solve a haunting or possession or whatever, they take whatever item was integral to that possession or haunting or whatever, and they take it home with them and they lock it in a room in their basement. And they kind of just have like a room full of creepy artifacts in their basement, most of which are cursed. And then they have a priest come in like every month and bless the room so that nothing gets out.
Okay.
And most of the stuff is like, don't fuck with it. And then some of the stuff is like, the world will end if this thing gets out.
Okay. Okay.
We need to get in there and check it and make sure everything's in the right place. Take an inventory.
Jangles the keys.
Like that could be something dangerous and horrible in there. Confirmation it is. Let's go, gang.
We want to
Okay,
make sure
it's
things
not
aren't
a
moving around.
demon that's gonna eat our faces. It's just a bunch of like super haunted stuff that might eat our faces.
So Ronja looks down at Nabu, then she looks at the keys, and then she's like, you know what? I think I'm gonna get like a spare fridge or something that we can put in front here.
good call.
Or we could just make sure that we have to unlock 5 locks to get into this room. Why not each of us carry one of the keys?
Ronja
I'll
does
carry
send-
them.
No.
No.
Ronja
That's too
sends
heavy
you
for-
Honya sends directly a message to you, Holly, and it just says, Nabu has a way of getting these kind of things, and I know her curiosity will have her try and get into this room.
That's why we carry them on our person at all times and split them up and hide them.
I'll take them.
No.
It'd be safe with me.
How about I let you into my
Honya,
Netflix password?
she has quick and sticky hands.
I washed my hands. They're not sticky.
How about while we do this, you go watch Disney Plus for a while.
I don't think we have a TV yet.
Or
No, that's just
power.
I have a phone.
We have power. It's been like weeks.
Yoink.
I have a laptop.
Yeah, it hasn't been enough time for the whole place to.
Yeah,
be
we
that-
haven't enough time yet. Yeah, I was saying this is literally like our second day here.
All right. Yeah, it's hard to
It's-
tell how much time's
it-
passed.
Yeah, it has
All the
not-
kids I've seen in real life watch things on a tablet or a phone. They don't care about the big ones.
That's usually because they're out and about.
That's true. Whenever I
in the
see them,
boot.
they're not at home.
Boot.
I mean, it would be pretty funny. Just like an 8-year-old running around with a big plastic TV.
Okay, hold on. I would pay to see that. That would be hilarious. It's
Yeah,
like
they
the
get away
back
with
in
it.
Kevin's day when they had the boom boxes.
Those were the best.
I just had like
They did it in
flashbacks to the
Smallville.
last TikTok that I saw where a kid was running around like a fucking hellion and like face planted into a TV that just like fell on top of them.
So
I just
everybody's just like,
imagine,
fine, I'll
like-
go watch Disney Plus.
Yeah, as soon as she's like up the stairs and through the door, it's like, so as long as we have it on our person, I don't think it's that big a deal. The chances that she's going to get 5 keys from all of us without any of us noticing are incredibly slim, especially if we don't all know where they are. Like if I give you this key and you go hide it and wherever the fuck, I don't know where it is. How's she gonna know?
Let's get in there. I want to
Hell
see what's
yeah.
in there. We need to know what we have in. We need to know what we have in stock.
I start unlocking locks.
You unlock the first one and it unlocks second one, third.
Do the sigils move or change when the locks get
No.
unlocked?
It's
Okay.
like an ominous clocking sound. It's like a way more complicated mechanism behind the door unlocks. That,
Sound a
isn't
bit like
apparent.
you said clocking sound like click, 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 click. Yeah, unlock them all. You open the door, and there's steps to go down, and it's just a relatively, how to describe it? Decent sized room, probably about like 600 square foot, so about apartment size for some,
Shit.
with several shelves with various things strewn about them, things, some paintings hanging. Get a weird, even without having to use any magic, get a weird vibe from the room, like just not vibing well. And there's several dozen artifacts just strewn about. Some have little tags, some don't.
Ooh, I'm gonna read the nearest tag.
I'm gonna look for an inventory notebook.
You look at the tag and it's like, don't read this tag.
It's an SCP. If you read it, it's too late.
Turn it around.
Really curious, motherfucker.
I was ready to say lol JK.
No,
Turn it
I
around
ex-
again. Maybe there's a third side.
I expected it to be like, okay, so then like don't read this tag, and then like really curious. It would be like one of those where like it tells you where to read next, and it just like directs you all around.
Like a quest in a RPG.
You see it and it's like, you look at it and the item attached to it looks like it is a square box, just plain wooden one. And it's like, and the note is just like, do not put anything organic in here.
No explanation beyond that. Okay.
And on the back, it's just a string of some numbers.
Well, hey, Maybe there is an inventory.
Yeah, I'm gonna look for like if there's like a little shelf or a cabinet near the entrance that might have some sort of documentation.
Roll perception and
Awareness or alertness
I'll say alertness.
or investigation.
Ooh, investigation works better. Yes,
Okay,
investigation.
it's under
Knowledges.
there we go. Hit submit and nothing.
Might take a second.
There we go. Oh, good. I'm doing great.
Your dice hate you today, my dude.
You're
I
getting all
think
bad luck.
I
Thankfully,
need to find
that's
something I'm good at to do.
I
now
can
you did
help,
not
I'm
roll
pretty good at
one,
that.
so that is not a botch. But yeah, you're looking around, you don't see anything. There's just so much, and looking around, and you're just like, I'm not finding anything in this.
This old guy sucks.
Can I help? I have the same or I have investigation.
I guess you can try to look to curiouser.
I don't suppose causality would be helpful. That's what I'm good at. I don't know when that's going to come into play, but you never know. Ooh. Oh,
I got a 1, but I got 2 successes.
Two
It's only a
successes.
botch if you like totally fail, right?
Correct.
oh.
Find the thing, but you knock over the urn of cursed souls or whatever.
You stick your hand inside that box that says "Do not put organic." Kind of spattered drink. I almost got her good with that one. I should have waited.
The worst part is
second
that
longer.
immediately as soon as Kevin told me don't put anything organic in it, I immediately want to put something organic in it. So
course.
bad.
So
We should do it and then leave it in Karen's yard just to see what
I
happens.
feel like leaving a cursed artifact in someone's yard is a bad idea.
Only if you're not watching.
I don't know what's gonna happen. My first thought was like, oh, it probably disintegrates it. My second thought was, or it blows up.
Or something is in there and it feeds on it.
Or maybe it'll like turn to stone or
So, Holly, as you're looking around the room for things, you do find a on the one shelf 3 volumes that on the spine basically have Latin written on it, but it does look like as you kind of like open it up like an inventory book.
Is it
'Cause it's
written
like-
in Latin?
Hell yes, it is.
God fucking damn it.
how much XP to get to learn a language suddenly?
Damn it. The child took my phone. Does anybody have that translating app?
Oh
on
yeah,
their
I'm gonna pull
phone?
up my Latin to English Google Translate.
Oh, but the numbers will be in regular
Numbers?
numbers. So we
Yeah.
can at least
Will it?
find huh?
Latin numbers are easy to read.
Oh yeah, they're
It's just letters. It's just more letters.
Use Roman numerals in Latin.
okay, well then it shouldn't be that hard to translate it. I'm
Yeah, I mean
sure.
we're not Bart Simpson.
Oh, that's
Wait,
such
so
a
he
that's
so
such a
he wrote-
long thing.
Wait, so he wrote the number on the on the tag in like
In
In
Arabic.
like Arabic and then
In
in Latin in
Arabic
the
and-
book.
and Latin in the
What a
book.
fucking loser.
It's
What
one
a
extra layer of
fucking hell.
security.
No,
sort of.
no, wait. That is security through obscurity, and that is an absolutely awful way to secure anything.
I
Well, he's
mean,
dead now.
He also might have been a little but I'm gonna try and find the creepy don't put organic shit in it box. And let's translate that line first. It's probably just called like Box of Doom. Or just like wooden box.
Wooden box, so you don't put organic things into it.
Box of non-organicness.
Box of nope. I mean, no,
Box
wait,
of
if it's
do not touch dumb shit.
It's a good way to
if
find
it's-
out if something is organic, though.
if it's called box of nope, then we know there's like some fucked up spider in there.
that are
What
related
does that
to the-
sound?
I have my window a little bit open because it's kind of hot out, and there's like some people yelling outside and
Oh,
Oh,
dog
okay.
barking.
sound
You
like
know,
a bunch of
at 3
dogs
a.m.
attacking each other for a second.
At 3 a.m. in the morning, it's completely normal.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
So read to us
Yeah.
in Latin what the book says about this object.
Yeah, Kev, it's in Latin, so read it to us in Latin.
I'm not
Or
gonna
say-
read to you in Latin.
Organicus.
Biggest, thickest.
So, takes you a bit to find the what you believe is thing. Pulling out Google Translate and it's like having issues. Just because it's Google Translate and you know how that is. Especially if you're using the one thing where you actually like look at the picture and it translates in real time. Sometimes that thing don't work out too well, especially with handwriting and stuff.
Get like
I mean, it's
some
still
Post-it notes to
amazing.
block off the parts that we don't need yet.
Yeah, it's still you know
It
an
is
amazing
incredible
thing,
technology. It's a pity it's a bitch and a half to use at any point.
And so you're looking and it's like item blah 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 numbers. A quaint little wooden box made out of a wood
Roark.
from India. It measures approximately 3" by 3" by 3 square. You open it up by performing the following gesture. You take the index finger and place it upon one side. Your thumb you place upon the other. Then proceed to use your index and your middle finger on the other hand to slide the lid open.
I'm kind of glad this man is dead.
Make sure you do this in a fluid motion. And make sure that you keep your index on one side and the thumb on the opposing
You
side.
hesitate. Does it eat your finger?
Failure to do this will result in the box potentially stripping the flesh from your bones.
Yeah, it fucking does.
My
Do not
God,
place
Is it a tiny mimic?
do not place organic material within the box, for within it is some form of extra umbrella thing of a creature, I believe, but it is not really living. If you start feeding it organics, it will grow, eventually breaking from the box and devouring everything in its path.
Is there a rule that I can't feed it after midnight, or
I was
is it just
thinking the
never feed
exact
it?
same thing, Kat.
No, we're not feeding the extra dimensional being that might.
Hera, don't worry, you'll understand when you're older. It's a movie
What?
reference.
It's a movie reference. Oh,
She should learn it
I
now.
love this. It's a mimic, guys. So it's just basically a little like creature, maybe that just
a
eats
portal.
things.
Like a gremlin.
The way that he made it sounds like a little less of a creature and more of like an air dimensional space that just eats things and then gets
Alright.
bigger. So
Don't feed it.
feed it. Yeah. Though eventually either it must have started out really, really small, or eventually if you starve it enough, it does shrink down again.
Does the index book mention like where it was found or the circumstances that
It was found in the year 1523 in India. 12 mages died battling the creature before it was
Oh, don't
contained.
feed it.
Yep, definitely don't feed it.
Does it say how big it was at that time?
It was approximately 3 times its current size when it was defeated.
It killed how many people when it was 9 by 9 inches?
I think he said 12.
All right, we're gonna put that at the back of the shelf.
That back.
All right. So you know how I said about the stuff in here not being cursed? Does not mean it's not dangerous.
Oh, I think we can all assume that.
I mean, like, I expected some of the stuff to be like a bit more mundane, not like can kill 12 people when it's 9 by that's like it's a box. I
It's a
didn't
box
expect to
of
be terrified
milk.
of a box today.
Well, look, the critters in the movie Critters, they killed a lot of people and they're small.
They also
But there was a lot of them.
does it have locomotion?
Critters also are very intelligent and can operate spaceships.
Like, okay, it eats
And they
everything.
could turn into a giant ball.
But
People
like,
can't even do that.
how did it kill 12 people? How close do you have to get to it for it to eat you? Or does it have like a mini black hole in it? It just sucks stuff.
Do you want
Ooh.
to find out?
No,
Maybe
I
it
don't
was
wanna
like-
find out.
It could. I bet it's like a
You-
light grenade from
Yes,
Mom and Dad Save
but
the
I'm
World.
not going to.
Let's
The list
give it
of
to
deaths
Kathy.
caused by this thing is incomplete. You can help by contributing.
I kind of want to get like some super glue and just like glue the whole fucking thing shut as an additional security measure.
Let's just get it like a couple zip ties and just put around the outside of the sucker, just in case.
And super glue, it's not organic.
I think leaving it in a secret basement that disappears behind a door with 5 locks
Is a smart idea.
Oh yeah, I'm just saying.
And that's only one of like 50 things in
Yeah.
here. Now, what? List everything else?
That's
Yeah,
several
it lists
things.
everything else in
List
Latin.
everything in Latin. Yes.
And that's
you
one of the
mentioned-
smaller descriptions of things.
Is there
You mentioned-
anything? If we're all going to look at something, which I think would be fun,
Of course.
assuming that you have like a book of things.
Yes, I got
You say that like Kev
everything.
planned shit.
No, Kevin is absolutely making this shit up as he on the seat of his pants.
maybe, maybe not. Maybe I have some things planned and some things I don't. Who knows?
It could be like a cabin in the woods, whichever one we pick. I would be
Come on,
check if there's
mermaid.
any
Come on,
if
mermaid.
there's any sort of like clockwork or mechanical objects, or if it's all just esoteric little things.
I do see a clockwork little figurine about this tall. About 12-inch.
What does it look like? Is it like a nutcracker? Is it like an animal?
It is a little knight.
Oh,
I was about to say, just like
I want
it's
I
a
want to try
model
to.
of a B2 battle droid.
Roger, Roger.
It's
Roger,
just
Roger.
Optimus Prime.
It's Optimus Prime.
What is it? I want to look that up.
All right.
Yeah, does it have a tag with an index number?
It has tag. It says "Do not wind."
There's a lot of do nots in this room.
I mean, there are cursed objects.
I mean,
Usually
he-
there are do nots with it, not do.
I would
this.
imagine if it was something that was just like pure useful and not dangerous, he probably would have kept it on his person and
Mhm.
like
Or at
used it.
least not in the fucking specially securely locked magical basement. so-
Yeah, I bet if you
That-
wind this, it kills 12 mages and gets bigger.
We're gonna add to that 12. If we do that.
We could find out if it's biological.
No, we're just gonna check out everything down here, and every object down here has killed exactly 12 mages.
It's just the same 12 guys that just keep dying and coming back.
No,
They fought them all at one time. So the book, as you're translating, is like this item was created by the Order of Reason in 1344. It was created by what is now their descendants in Iteration X. Prior to that, known as I honestly don't care. It is made of premium, and when wound, is programmed to hunt down and kill non-Order of Reason mages. It might be an example of an extremely early hit mark.
Keep it. I'm
I
It
can't
sorry.
was-
reply to you.
No, that's not
So
my
long-
affiliation, so I'm gonna not touch it.
So long as it is not wound up, it is inert and safe. Makes for a great surprise toy. Because who would not be surprised if it comes to life and kills you?
That's a good point. If we ever want to kill like a house of mages, we send them this thing.
It
I have
wouldn't-
nicknamed it
wouldn't
Chucky
kill-
after a movie.
It
I mean-
wouldn't kill unawakened though, right?
No,
Just-
but it would kill all of us.
I mean,
Probably kill
obviously.
anyone that gets in the way.
Mm,
Are any of us Order of Reason?
No, the Order of Reason, I'm pretty sure, are the other guys, the technocracy.
Yeah.
Hmm.
So all of
Those are a
us
bunch of
would be
squares.
on the hit list,
I don't like this. Why is this down here?
right?
Because
Why
this
not
guy's a
just
weird ass
fucking
collector.
bury this in the forest and forget about it?
Why not smash it?
Don't
Well,
tell
you
Naboo
probably
there's a toy down
can't.
here.
The
Okay,
It's made of
melt it
premium. It's not
down.
going to be something you can just break.
yeah, like that. I think that's really like, you know how quintessence is like magic in liquid form? Premium is like prime but in solid form.
It's like the essence of matter.
Yeah, like
Oh,
it's
okay.
not going anywhere. I don't think you can destroy it. I think your best bet is to lock it away and hide it and hope
It's
nobody
made of
finds it.
neutrons.
Okay, I don't know what
Famous
that
Jimmy.
means.
I mean, it's got neutrons in there. That's for sure. We know that
And
for sure.
everything.
I mean, I would say, yeah, isn't that just everything?
Well, you think so?
Also, everything can be destroyed. You just need.
I mean, I don't have the capability of yeeting it into the sun, so
You just know if it can't eat the sun.
How many dots and correspondence would you need for that?
well, you probably also need
more than 5.
forces too.
Yeah.
Probably
less
need
to- less
forces.
to- I mean,
Forces
just to
5
yeet
and-
it into the sun, you actually probably only need forces because you're just, accelerating it at a great speed.
You
And if
also
chuck it towards
might-
the-
You also might fuck yourself up though, because the amount of like
Anyway,
velocity
else?
needed to escape the atmosphere is a lot. Somebody
I
else want to
think-
look at something? I found a mimic. Q found a murder bot.
Wait, does it say how many people the Murderbot killed?
Yeah, how many mages has murderbot killed? Do we know?
it doesn't have a number.
It starts at 0,
too
so it's up
many.
to us.
It's unlimited.
Is there anything that looks a little bit more modern down here?
Looks a little bit more modern. Yeah, you see a TV with a rabbit antenna.
With a what antenna?
The rabbit ears.
The two antenna.
I thought by rabbit antenna you meant like it's actually more like I don't know like Vex's
No.
cat ears on the thing.
No, rabbit ears is a term here for the 2 antenna thing.
Yeah.
Is it like a tube one?
Mhm.
The big
Sure.
square ones?
Yeah, big
Nice.
CRT kind of thing. Yeah.
Actually, no. Ronja would be most interested in something that looks like it doesn't belong down here at all. Something that, like, among all of these things, looks out of place.
Yeah, there's no holy grail here, so everything doesn't really look like it belongs. There's like one specific thing that's just like, that's really weird here. There's a weird clown doll and thing. Because
I meant, okay, let me rephrase. Something that that others would. Let's say you're in a modern art gallery.
Never would happen.
And there might be things that are art but that get overlooked because they don't look like art instead they look
All
maybe
I'm
like
picturing
trash.
is that
So you're
one.
looking for the urinal.
No, she's looking for the what is it called? From that one the one TV show where it's just like Always Sunny.
Warehouse 13.
No, Always Sunny. Derivative, bad. Sees the air conditioner. This is beautiful.
yeah, so it's very eclectic. So
Danny
there
DeVito.
isn't really any one thing that's like really weird compared to the others. All kind of weird shit here.
I'm gonna check the TV on.
It's like, do not turn on.
I don't know what I expected. What does it say about the TV?
Looking through. Origins uncertain. Think it might have been NWO or Syndicate creation. Maybe Rogue Etherite. Or Adept? Question mark. Television has a habit of, once turned on, puts watcher into a hypnotic trance that slowly drains their life essence, allowing one who knows the proper routes to open it up and take their now distilled quintessence and utilize it.
So what
I
I'm
mean-
hearing is we invite Karen over for movie night.
Comparatively, this thing is not as bad as the other two things we inspected so far.
This is, I would say, the most dangerous to your little sister, though.
And then it's got like a little note. It's like, so believe it is like normal television for the most part. Hence why I don't have them.
Like it's exactly like regular TV, except it also drains her life force while she's watching.
So normal
Hey.
TV.
Should
Yeah.
we check it and see if there's any
But it will
life force
kill
in there to
her.
take out?
Like a normal TV.
Mike TV got trapped in a TV and he was okay.
Oh my god, what if we have two of them and just put them screen to screen and turn both of them on?
How to defeat the ring the ring 101.
So
Does the note say how to access any quintessence that might be left inside?
nope.
It's probably
Why was
wise.
this thing not smashed? It's just a TV, right? It's not made of some stuff or contains like some interdimensional being. I get why you can't smash the box because then the
Yeah.
thing in there might get out.
Zol.
He might not have wanted to. He might have like just liked collecting creepy, dangerous shit.
Maybe he wanted to keep it because he didn't know how it worked and he wanted to have something
Maybe
he could
he
study.
had. Maybe he wanted to use it on Karen.
Yeah. Okay. I mean, I guess.
I don't know. I
I
don't know what this guy's thought process.
It's better to
was
have it and not
like.
need it than need it and not have it.
I mean, sure, I guess.
Soul sucking TV.
So normal TV. Oh.
Did we check the book to see what the last thing he found was?
Oh,
Like, is it
yeah,
in
that's
chronological
smart.
order?
Ah, so you want to go to the last item on the list.
Yeah.
Not the first item, but the last.
Oh, I mean, we could check the first one. I'd also be interested to later see if anything is missing.
Last item on the list. Cursed Raggedy Ann doll. Oh, no.
Also called Chucky.
No,
There's too many Chuckies in the book.
no,
Annabelle? What?
no. It's another Conjuring reference.
The doll.
The last item is it doesn't have a much description. It's just like cursed coin made of silver. Roman era. Still investigating.
all right. That's not a lot of information.
Could be that coin. that-
Item
Judas was paid.
666.
God fucking damn it, Kevin.
I'm messing with you with that.
Um,
42069.
actually, you mentioned pictures on the walls earlier. Are they
Mhm.
also part of the collection? Do they have
Yes.
also little tags? Okay.
Yeah, what are the paintings of?
You see one, it's a painting of the Madonna, but it's weird. When you look at it, it gives you kind of like this weird 3D impression kind of thing where it's like you know that weird thing when you're watching really bad 3D stuff with the glasses and kind of slightly distorts but doesn't quite work. It doesn't work for me because I have my eyes, but don't know if any of you ever experienced that, where it's like wants to become 3D but not quite doing it.
Mhm.
Yeah, it's and you read it says 16th century painting of the Madonna and Child. Item contained was designed to allow access to some interdimensional space, possibly. Not much is known. Radiates, or it's just like it is magical and has a weird effect on it. Full magics on it, unknown. Not sure what all it does or how to activate. Thought it looked nifty, added it to collection.
I mean, Ronja looks around. It's like maybe what could be useful is translating the catalog to English, or at least
Or
something that isn't-
digitizing it.
I'm not. I mean, we could probably get like some computer down here, but I wouldn't want to keep the
No, we
a record of the collection outside of this room.
It would have to be an air-gapped laptop.
Yeah, could we like scan it and feed it through a program to translate everything while we do other stuff?
If this is going to be our vault and our archive, we're going to have to do it our way. That's what I think. This could be a project for over a period of time, though.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, obviously.
Also, maybe we will want to like look at the translations anyway, because I mean it's a computer program and it's a little bit not perfect.
Out of curiosity, Kevin, are there any like herbs or plant matter or stuff down here?
Surprisingly, not much in the way of organics.
I
There
have
is a
I
mummified
have
heart.
I have a theory what happened to all of the stuff that was organic down here.
Jerky.
Well,
I mean-
no, because the box is small.
When first got box was 1 millimeter by 1 millimeter.
I mean, if we also the I mean with a box, if we do find some dangerous plant thing, we can feed it to the box. Maybe we created a different problem that way, but we solved one problem.
If you combine two problems and you only have one problem,
Yeah, exactly.
Sounds like
well,
a
mystery
terrible idea.
solved. But it is an idea.
It's better to have no idea than a bad one, I'd say.
Hmm.
I
Sorry.
Agree to disagree.
don't know that that's accurate.
You don't know it's bad unless you have it.
No, you usually tell if there's a bad idea.
Well, once you have the idea, you can know if it's bad. But if you don't have the idea,
Not got anything else? You good?
So is Amaryllis gonna look at anything? We would have helped her into the room.
yeah, pick your poison.
I was gonna say, yeah, none of you ever said anything about moving her. so
You're
she's
just sitting
kinda-
on the stoop.
she's
Come on,
just
guys,
sitting
you
on the
motherfuckers.
stairs.
Wait, there's stairs? I missed that.
You
Well, the
carried
stair-
me down them, Hera.
No, into the room.
Oh no, not into the room.
I thought he said there was a
Hello?
couple.
And Ronja did carry
Saege
you
just
down
joined
the
us.
stairs.
Yes.
Sage,
but-
you're here. Before anyone tells
Sage.
you what's going on, if you found, describe a strange cursed artifact that you want to find.
Oh dear.
Something that could you could hold with two hands or smaller.
Phrasing.
That's
Yeah,
not
that-
bad phrasing.
Yeah, so to catch you up, the group is down in a basement that didn't exist before, in a room they didn't know existed before. Did you want to after your parent up Sage, did you want to join in, or did you want to just sit and just listen to what's going on and just
Absorb our
yeah.
chaos.
just be more observant, or do you want your character to join up, since
I was actually going to ask you that question, if my character should join the party at this point, or if I should just shoot the shit.
Well, if you want to join, that's perfectly acceptable, and we can get your character in here because it's not that hard.
I just fell in.
Yeah, basically you come in from like, guess you could just have been grocery shopping, just grabbing a few supplies. Came in and you see Ronja's sister Naboo's just like, hey, they're down in the magical basement that just appeared out of nowhere in the no room.
That's what we're
And-
calling it now.
I'm sorry. What room?
It's a room with bad stuff. Ronja said I'm not allowed in there.
Oh,
Okay.
great.
My
She told me I
favorite
have to
part
come
of
up and
this-
watch Disney Plus from binging Bad Batch.
My
Well-
favorite part of this is that his character has no idea whether or not this room contains a demon or it's a sex dungeon.
Why not both?
I mean, to be fair, the first assumption would probably be both. So, all right. Torque just shrugs and heads towards the possible BDSM demon dungeon.
As you walk down the steps, basically you go down the steps to the basement. There's two doors. One is a normal door. The other one is open, and they're in there. You do see Ronja
Wait,
and them.
no, one of them doesn't lie and one of them tells the truth all the time, do they? Because I
No, they-
fucking failed this one last time.
You see Ronja and them over grabbing Amaryllis, putting her on her chair. It's like, oh, we totally forgot there were steps somehow. It's like, you are the
We're the
worst
worst.
roommates ever. There's two steps, that was it. And you're like, no, not going to help you.
I'm still utterly perplexed as to what's going on right now.
Yeah,
so
so
we're in a
you enter. Yeah, so the room that they can figure it on details, but the room you enter when you see it, it is like a 600 square foot room. Have you seen the Conjuring movies at all?
No,
Okay.
About the Warehouse 13.
no.
All right, so it's a room with several shelves. There's paintings on the wall and just knickknacks and items throughout the room. Most of them have little labels and stuff. The door itself, before they walked in, there's runes along the door frame and Enochian and stuff. Your character actually, I don't think you took the merit for Enochian, but you recognize it because of the Order of Hermes and some of your early training when they were trying to this will be important later. And you're just like, I want to blow shit up.
Speak, friend, and enter.
Yeah, so there's wards around, and as you enter, they're all like, hey, so group, fill in your friend who just walked in.
Don't touch anything. Everything in here will kill you or somebody if you do much with it. It's all cursed. Well, it might not all be cursed.
It might not be cursed, but all of it is dangerous as far as we can tell.
I didn't plan on it, but thanks for the heads up.
But there is an index, and we're going to go through that and make sure.
You don't happen to speak Latin, do you? Or read it?
I'm assuming, considering our previous sentence or previous paragraph, I do speak it. You're muted.
You're muted, Kevin. You callied yourself.
Hey.
Yeah, I believe it's a merit. So if you didn't take language as a merit, you don't speak the extra languages.
Shit.
Like you might recognize it. You just
We
Don't speak
have
it.
a way. It's just slower.
Yeah, we're using Google Translate.
Yeah. So there's a box on that shelf that maybe contains either a D&D mimic or a miniature black hole. Maybe a little of both. Unclear. Haunted TV, don't turn it on. It will suck out your soul. Tiny little murder robot that if wound up will specifically kill the kind of mages that we are.
And what are we doing in here?
We
That's
just
a
found
good
this room.
question.
We wanted to make sure we knew what was in here, so we didn't, not know that. We didn't want to be surprised.
Yeah.
We're the
We were
we're the
just
keepers of the
curious.
collection now.
I mean, yeah. Yeah, I guess we are kind of. Apparently, the guy who lived here before us just kind of collected artifacts and shit. And anything he found that he decided was too dangerous to actually like use, I guess, or to give to other people, he put a tag on it and he put it in his little catalog in Latin and just kind of locked it down here.
We're sitting on an SCP foundation.
Yes.
Most of it
I'm
doesn't
not
seem
familiar.
to be mobile on its own. It needs some sort of input.
So you say that, but somehow that little 3-inch box killed 12 people.
Well, there might have been people messing with it.
I slowly move away from the box.
Yeah, that's
Just don't
probably
stick your
wise.
finger
Oh, hey,
in it.
by the way, do you have zip ties?
Yes, actually.
Can I have 2? I'm gonna
Right.
zip tie this box closed, Kevin.
And just 6, just to be on the safe side.
Yeah, don't put organic things in it or it'll eat them and get bigger. And we don't know if the box itself gets bigger or if the thing in the box gets bigger. Or maybe if everything outside the box just gets a little smaller.
I assume the box gets bigger because he said it was 9 by 9
Right.
when it
Maybe
killed
the-
those 12
the-
people.
Box might
It was
get
12
bigger
by 12,
because of what's
actually.
in the inside gets bigger. Like the universe expanding.
I don't think so. I think you're putting way too much thought into this thing.
You can't.
Probably.
It's impossible. Everything needs more thought.
That's not true.
Keep it simple, stupid.
So
Oh yeah, and there's also the painting that maybe acts as an interdimensional space. That one actually doesn't seem that cursed. What was cursed about that one?
he doesn't know how. It didn't say they knew what it could do or how it worked exactly. Just that
Maybe
it
he
did
didn't know how to
something.
get shit back.
Yeah. If you put something in, you can't get it back. That's not good. Or maybe if you try to put something in, it sucks you in instead.
So what I'm hearing is garbage disposal.
I
Maybe.
don't think we want to stuff things in the trash hole. I think that's a bad idea.
Oh, yeah, but
I'm
what if we fill it up
teasing.
with trash and then once there's like a
No.
million cubic feet in there, it explodes outwards. And then Baltimore is just a big pile of garbage
So normal.
before it explodes.
I was gonna make the joke, Kevin. We're allowed. We live here. We're natives.
We also found a silver coin that might be one of the coins that was paid to Judas to make him betray Jesus.
That's a leap, but I get where you're coming from. Because I also had that thought. Mainly because I know what Kevin's referencing, and it almost made me piss my pants.
It could be
The
referencing
look
so
on his
many
face.
things.
It's definitely what he was referencing. If you
I
find that thing,
still-
don't touch it.
From so much pop culture for my games.
Do like every DM ever.
Yes.
Well, yeah.
Obviously.
Key to DMing is you steal in just a way that takes the players several weeks to figure it out. And
Yeah.
when they do, they're like, oh, fuck me. Why didn't we figure that out 8 weeks ago?
It's
That's
still,
key.
if we used to Phoenix Down, it would die. So basically, I think the plan is to just keep in charge and monitor all of these things. I have a plan to get a laptop and digitize the index and make sure nothing is missing and make sure everything has a label.
Oh, yeah, that's smart to make sure nothing's missing.
But that's like a short-term goal and not a right now thing.
I'm just really curious about everything. I just want to explore all the things. I want to know what everything does. I assume
Yeah.
we can't use like any of it because it's probably all super dangerous. But it's still cool.
Well, you never know. Some of them
I
seem
mean,
very specific in use. So if we found-
Statistically, some of the stuff in here has to not be as horrible, right?
yeah, the owner was very
Like, this room is
old-fashioned and
packed.
I mean,
might something-
he
he might
seems like the
talk about
type
it.
to have absolutely kept every single bad thing he could have possibly got his hands on. So
he might have found
Mhm.
something that
Maybe
that if
with
it
all the
did
good
something,
shit.
he would think it was bad, but we wouldn't think
let
it's
someone else
bad.
have it, left it in the wild.
Better that it stays here unused than unknown people use it. We also found the node of the building. It's in the other basement room.
Mm-hmm.
It's creepy though. It's a pool of blood. Pretty sure it's what's left over from the previous owner.
Probably.
That's actually less creepifying than this area. I've dealt with
That's
pools of
funny.
blood before.
I thought it was the other way around. This room fascinates me.
Way more people died from this than in that other room.
What's to say the pool of blood isn't from the other people?
Well,
We
we know one person died in that room.
And it was on purpose. It was the previous owner.
Also, because there's not nearly enough blood for it to be a bunch of other people.
Valid.
Eugene, that was his name.
His name was Eugene.
Yeah, Eugene's node is the name of the room now.
Was his name Eugene, Kev?
Or is that
If
just
Luke is saying it's Eugene,
That's what
it's
it's to
probably
my-
Eugene.
It's in my document.
Yeah, Luke's pretty
Oh,
good with
okay.
notes.
See, the thing is I can never tell.
Yeah, it's
Because
because it's
Luke
always a
does
coin
this
toss if
thing-
Luke is fucking with us or if
I
he's
think
actually being
Luke does
truthful.
this great thing in Baltimore by Night all the time where he's like, oh yeah, no, I know this vampire that does this, and just like spouts off what this person's like
I don't-
personality
so-
and job is like, and we're like, we don't remember this person. They're
Yeah.
not in our notes. And he's like, yeah, I know, I just made them up. And we're like, what?
Wait,
Yeah.
that doesn't sound familiar at all.
Anyway, so we got this room. There's store stuff. You do know there's a mummified heart that you were looking for
Oh,
organic
yeah.
stuff.
I'm gonna look up the heart.
Looking up, the heart apparently belonged to the victim of a what is now the used to be known as the Euthanatoi thing. It is full it has the ability to absorb something called Jihor from, I think that's how I pronounce it, from with death mages using it, but it itself becomes a magnet of it. You can all roll either a cult. Yeah, I think there's an occult, right?
There is an occult, yes.
Yeah, so you can all roll intelligence and occult if you want to figure out what that word I just said meant.
Yes.
Or what it was. It sounded like a bunch of letters.
what if I don't have a dot and I'll cold?
Then it's just intelligence.
Okay.
Would it be considered causality? Is that a relevant word for this test? No?
No.
Cause and effect. Oh, there's a 1.
Damn.
Oh shit.
3. I got 1 success.
I rolled well.
I got a
for
1, but
once.
1 is a success.
I got 1 success.
I have a rock.
Nice, congrats.
Sage, I rolled a 1 and failed earlier and got a paradox.
There's the word. Jor.
Hey, Hera, did you see my my test?
All right.
I think I messed
So
something up because I rolled only 1 die. It should have been 2. Oh well.
all right. So with these rolls, Holly and Q. So Q, you've heard the word. You're just not 100% sure what it is. It's like you've read it, like in one of the journals of the society and stuff. Holly, you recognize it. You one of your old like a teacher, mentor, someone that helped teach is mentions that Jor, which is Jhor, is essentially like think of it as the energy of the underworld, negative energy, bad karma. Basically, as you murder, as you kill, as you use magic for dark things, it builds up and can really screw you over in the long run because you just build up all this negativity. And the Chakravanti or Euthanatoi have a habit of having built up because their whole thing is they go around, killing people. So this heart thing apparently absorbs that when it used with a conjunction of mage, but also makes it a battery of this negativity.
Could you reverse the battery then and use it against somebody? So do any of us know anything about entropy magic? That's not a thing that I'm very familiar with.
That's like my antithesis. So that's a
Gonna
no
take
for
that as
me,
a big
dog.
no.
Yeah.
No, I do have some entropy. I'm having trouble focusing, and I wasn't sure if what Luke was saying was that that was his specialty or not.
It's my opposite specialty.
Ah, then yeah, Torque raises his hand.
Well, if in the future we ever need to do any really big entropy magic, this might be useful.
Could you tell if it has stored energy now?
I look to the DM.
So because of the nature of this, if you have at least a dot in Speared or Entropy, and you can figure out how you're a form of, how you're going to spell cast, figure it out, you could attempt to detect the energy in it.
I've got 2 in entropy.
All right. So you'd end up running, but how would your spell work? What kind of spell are
What's it
you
look like?
utilizing?
To try and detect the energy of the object.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Oh,
think about
Christ.
your paradigm and everything.
Oh boy. I fucking
If you're
hell,
blanking, we could always say that you just have to take some time to think about it.
that's probably going to be the best way, because right now I'm having some serious issues. I'm so sorry.
You have like one of those things that check the charge of a battery, but like fits a heart.
We were just say you're like, you can develop something in a bit, and you'll cast a spell. Like your character just also has a like migraine, or just like had a bad day grocery shopping. Like a Karen got in front of you and just they were
Or,
like,
just has no clue what's been going on because he just got here.
like
That too.
you went to the express lane and the woman in front of you had like 40 cans of tuna fish. It's like, it's only one item.
Rip.
That's too
My
much to even
sister.
put my character through.
My sister has had that happen to her.
I thought for sure you were gonna say your sister did that. I'm like,
No,
death.
no, because
Death is
she
the only option.
she knows better than to do that shit.
Yeah, I'm worried about everything else in here too.
But you remember that thing in Ghostbusters that had the 2 antennae on the side? That
Like an E-meter?
yes. Pull one of those out and try to identify the charge of it.
Alright. And we'll work on this stuff later, but let's just have you roll your arate. That is the number in the middle there.
There's a button at the very top of the sheet that just says Arate. If you click on that, it should let you do it. I think your DP mod is 0.
Yes.
Okay, I see the Arati button.
And click on it.
Click
It'll
on it, it
say,
says
like-
input value.
Yeah, description, just hit submit.
Ah, DP mod, there we go.
Yeah.
That's the number of dots.
The DP mod is 0 for this. It already uses your basic dots.
DP mod is basically bonus dice.
Oh.
I don't know why it is. I don't know what DP stands for.
Dice pool.
Difficulty 6.
Correct.
I got a success.
Ooh, you got a crit success.
All right, so better than advice detect, it is rating, and you can sense the heart is quite has a considerable amount of negative energy in it.
I would let you guys know that.
Nifty.
It's in a little glass case on like a velvet pillow.
Gross. I love it.
I hope it's not like gonna go off or something. It's been
Yeah,
stable this long
That's what I
though.
was wondering about. I'm like, is this thing gonna explode if we put too much into it? Like, I'm sure it's fine. He would have mentioned if it had a chance of exploding, right?
I don't think so.
If he knew. He wasn't. Do we know what kind of mage he was?
I'm gonna assume probably a hermetic mage based on the symbols on the door, right?
And I believe
And
the
the candles.
I was gonna say I'm pretty sure William, I think it was the person who
Walter?
Walter, yeah, Walter
Nailed it.
told you what he was.
Ah, okay.
Yeah. That's Walter. William's another guy.
I did have one other thing I wanted to look for. Maybe something that could help my magic. Like I do all kinds of like potions and alchemy and stuff. So like mortar and pestle, or like a cool like chalice or something. Or like silver bowl.
Silver bullets, what?
Bowl.
Ow.
Token. Alright, so you look around, trying to find different things. You do find like a small cauldron.
Find the tag and go look that bad boy up.
A cauldron. Don't put kids in this.
One of those kind of cauldrons.
How big a cauldron is it? Because I was
Oddly
picturing
specific.
like
Big enough you could put a toddler in it.
So not too
so
big.
specific.
The Hocus Pocus one was bigger.
I mean, yeah, toddlers are kind of small.
Find up, it's like cauldron, old, used for sacrifice and making potions. Suggest not using. Requires. It looks it's like it requires bodies to function to distill potions. It gets quintessence out of flesh and bones and other things. Also makes good mushroom soup.
It says bodies. Is it human bodies or just corpses?
Like, could you cook some rats? Or
That's
something?
what I
you
was
hook up-
wondering.
Could you hook up the TV to it?
Could I use animal corpses?
Doesn't really specify.
If you name the animal.
You're aware, you're a verbene, right?
Yes.
You're aware that at least in some of the tradition, the higher the life form, so to speak, the more you get out of it.
Yeah, but like I'm not gonna put a child in here. So
Naboo's at the door. Hey, someone say chat.
nope.
Naboo doesn't
Also,
fit
she
anywhere.
wouldn't fit.
Yeah. Safe.
Well, there might be a shrinking device down here.
At first.
Okay, we'll come back to that because thanks to the familiar, I do have a fucking dead mouse under my bed.
Just ahead.
Just a big round head with big eyes.
Oh,
That was a dead mouse reference. Is the helmet he wears?
Mhm.
Everybody gets it.
Oh, we've had a surprising lot of dead mouse references in our storytelling games.
It's all the ghosts and stuff.
Well, it's got dead in the name, and it's got to be a big part of that.
Yeah, because we had the one in Baltimore by Night where the guy confused DJs.
Oh, that was the Mickey Mouse thing.
Yeah.
yeah.
But don't worry, every time I'm going to be having a name of some sort of DJ or band ready in case it comes up. So
Forever.
there's no.
So there's no chance of Kevin just
There's no-
absolutely butchering it. That's what Aya has to learn. That as soon as
Anyway,
she mentions going
so
to the theater, you got to speak up and tell him what is
got-
on.
So the room, you're still in here. You know, there's quite a few items. You could do other things.
Yeah.
You also know you got a cookout in a couple days.
Yeah. You missed that.
We could use the
sentence.
cauldron.
Oh. We could say it's a
Okay,
crock
so
pot.
I do want to use the cauldron. I want to test it out, obviously with like probably a dead rat or something.
Can we maybe like keep the stuff that is dangerous down here in here until we
Oh
actually
yeah,
use
of course.
it?
Oh
Okay.
no, definitely. It's gonna stay down here until
Good.
we're ready.
Just put a
Um,
mousetrap inside of it. And if something happens,
Bless you.
I don't know if mice can get into this room. I would
yeah, good question.
I don't see
Oh,
why
okay.
they would. There's nothing of interest in here.
Also, if they haven't gotten into here by now, they're not going to get into here.
Like if
Yeah,
the-
Eugene probably set this room up to be mouse proof.
well, also like mice go where things they want are, so they're going to seek out food and like warmth. So if anywhere, we're going to find them in the kitchen, in the pantry, in our bedrooms, that sort of thing. Not in the creepy basement
Especially your bedroom,
filled
apparently.
with bad juju.
Yeah, we did find out that the house is not mouse proof.
Well, yeah.
What house isn't mouse proof?
Well,
though?
this is a mage's house.
Valid.
You'd think maybe he would put up wards to stop like spiders from coming in,
I mean,
mice, Karens. You know, what
I
have
mean,
you.
there's an easy way to prevent that.
we already knew that the house can't prevent Karens. The other thing that we had discussed. There were 5 locks on this door. And to make sure that nobody can get in here that should not, we were thinking it would be smart to spread the 5 keys out amongst all 5 of us. So
Yeah. We each get a key.
Make sure that Nabu doesn't steal it.
Not stealing it, just give it to me.
Which we're not
Also,
going to do.
yeah, don't give it to Nabu either. Well,
so
I
I
think
will
we
pass out all the keys.
we should probably leave this for now.
Yeah, maybe work on a plan for like how to digitize this in a way that doesn't put any of this in like a way that can get compromised.
Computer that never it lives here that we never put online.
Yeah, we can
So-
bring an air gapped laptop in here and never take it out.
Well, yeah, I just don't know what any of these words mean. I know like the basics of Adobe, and that's about
Well,
the
you know,
extent of my computer
laptop is a
knowledge.
computer you can carry around, and if you never connect it to the internet, then it can never do something.
So I do have a question about that.
I was waiting you to put me off there, chat.
So would
Yeah.
it be possible to, how to phrase this, to reverse the functionality of a 3D printer to scan and digitize an item to then later be 3D printed out upon need of use? Or,
Yeah, they have those.
well,
I've seen
I
those.
have a question though. Why?
well, if we can digitize the literal items
No,
themselves.
I think you're misunderstanding what we mean by digitizing, Sage. We just mean making sure we have all the information written down.
No, I fully understand that. I'm asking to going one step further. Instead of
Okay, so
having
you want to like
everything,
Bill's PC everything in this room?
I mean,
Get a
it
3D
would
model of all
work.
the objects.
I don't
mean-
think that would work at all. These are incredibly powerful artifacts. I don't
we
think
are
that's
still
gonna work.
talking about magic, though. I'm just not sure it's the kind of magic.
I
we would
can
be
tell
capable
you
of.
just right now, none of you have anywhere near the skill necessary for such a task.
Yeah, that's
To
some
replicate magic things? No.
very high level.
Yeah, like these are giga high level
Figures.
items.
Almost terabyte level.
Well,
Yeah.
like
Like that
Almost
box of bunch.
petabyte.
Terabyte.
because like
you.
you would need a lot of prime to make it. You would have to remake the item when it comes back.
We need so much prime that one item over there is made out of premium.
You need so much prime, you call yourself Amazon.
But we could have a device that can 3D scan the objects. So we have like a 3D scan of them next to their like index information. Although that
That
would
is
take a
pretty
lot of
helpful.
time.
Could also just take a picture.
Yeah, picture also.
That
Maybe
could
a couple
work.
pictures. That's probably good.
It's probably a little bit more efficient than
A 3D
I
scanner.
don't know. Yeah.
Okay. Well, I have had enough of risking my life over dicking around with terrifying cursed magic items and am interested in dinner if anybody else is.
Yeah. Also, we have to figure out what we're gonna bring to the cookout. You know, like I don't know, some salad or something. Like
I
some
can make
noodle
deviled
salad.
eggs. It's a kind of
Tater
special.
salad
you
with
make-
raisins.
If you make it, no. If you make a
Why?
deviled egg inside of that node room where it has like devil imagery, it'll make them even
Okay,
better.
it's not devil imagery.
Well, the eggs aren't made of devil either, but you know, two things that are sort of like a thing go
Tec-
together.
I mean, okay, so technically it
Although I
might
do
be
think
devil
mustard is
imagery
evil.
because it was a sign of Solomon, right?
Seal of
The
Solomon.
seal of Solomon.
Seal of Solomon. So
That
like
means
you
it's-
could
So-
there's got to be
technically you
5-pointed
can
stars in
summon
there too.
angels with that too, supposedly.
Angels and demons are the same.
We're not doing that.
No, I'm not saying we should summon a demon to make deviled eggs. That's
It
ridiculous.
sounds exactly what you're telling us to
Are
do.
you listening to yourself?
Yeah,
I was just gonna make them in the kitchen.
That's
yeah. Most of
probably
you
You're a
aware
normal
that
person.
infernalism is one of the highest crimes in almost all
We're not
magedom.
cooking down here.
We're not-
especially- We're not
yeah.
cooking any stuff down here that we're gonna bring to a fucking cookout with normal
Yeah.
people.
Hey,
That
does
too.
anyone want to fill in your fellow friend what the hell you mean by cookout?
There's a cookout in a couple days. Our neighbor is going to host it for some people around the neighborhood and he invited us because one of us was nice to him and invited him in inside. And then all of us were nice to him. We met two neighbors and one of us sucked him and one was good. He was a good one.
Yeah, Paul's fairly decent. He's kind of a dweeb.
He's a hipster influencer type, but his
Yeah.
wife is smart. So he must have some good qualities.
Are you sure
I'm
about
just gonna
that?
walk upstairs. I'm not saying anything.
But yeah, we met our
Ronja's
neighbors.
following, and it's just us just walking outside. It's like I have a thought what those good qualities might be.
He seems nice.
Yes, that's probably.
Make sure
it.
that Ronja remembers to help Amaryllis up the stairs. Considering they're
Thank
the
you. I was waiting to see if
strongest of
anybody
us.
would notice.
Actually, Ronja walks out and then it's like, wait, I forgot something. Comes back in and carries out Amaryllis.
Grabs the box.
No, I will zip tie that box to the shelf.
No, out of all the people, Ronja will not remove an item from this room.
I want to so bad. I'm so fascinated by everything in this room.
Ronja is also very much still in favor of putting something in front of the door. And she will actually, like, once she has helped Amaryllis back up, she will say, I think we maybe should still put something in front of the door. Especially, I don't know, like, who knows, that Kathy woman, I don't know.
I feel like
Like-
if we put a fridge in front of a suspicious door, it's still going to be a suspicious door, but with a fridge in front of it.
No, you don't know what I mean. So something that completely covers the door so you cannot see it even more. Just
Well, like,
Like a bookcase that slides out when you pull out the book.
Why do we need to bother
and maybe
covering
we
it?
want to do something about that blood splatter too, because we don't know when or how the basement appears or disappears. And what if that stupid Kathy
oh,
woman
okay.
comes to the idea to send the
Hang-
cops
hang on,
over?
hang on, hang on,
and-
If
hang on.
Kathy gets into our
Hang
basement
on,
without us,
hang
she's
on.
not leaving it.
Not Kathy.
We can't. Okay, so we can't close off the node. Like,
Yeah, we need the node.
that's the entire reason we're here.
I'm not saying
We
we
bring
close it
couches
off,
in there.
just-
You're
don't know.
if you're talking about putting our fridge in front of it, that means you're the only one that can ever get into it.
I mean, like, we'll have a lot of people around here when we do the like renovating stuff. So
And
what
they
if
won't
someone-
come
Oh,
into
I'm
the
sorry, and we're going to be inviting them. And, also, for all we know, the door might disappear once we leave this room.
Let's
It
go upstairs
wasn't
and see
here
if
when we first
if
came
the basement
in.
disappears.
Fair.
And we could just lock the basement, tell the remodelers not to go down there.
Yeah.
So as y'all get to the top of the stairs and turn around, the door is not there.
Hey, problem
down.
solved.
So what if we need to go
How do we
back
bring
down
it
the
back?
stairs?
Maybe it'll appear when we
I
need
like-
it most.
Walk over to the door with the or to where it was with the intent of going down to the node.
Nothing appears.
There we go.
I'm gonna hold up my key and wave it in front of the spot where the door was.
Snorks is like, I think it's time based.
Ah,
What-
so you
oh,
can't
what-
just go in and out.
Correct.
Can't be like a cat.
You probably can get out at any time. but
What
just
time did we?
in-
Can we check our watches to see what time we went down there? Because
Oh,
everyone
that's
wears
smart,
a
yeah.
watch.
I'll set a timer.
Shoot, I can't remember what time it was.
It's important that the characters know, even if we don't.
Yeah, the characters know. Oh,
I was about to say, even if we didn't like exactly check, Ronja would have like shortly after we went down there, she sent messages to Walter, and those
Oh, that's
are
true.
timestamped.
That. Check the
Mm.
timestamp.
And we can
Yeah.
look at the clock now, and like plus minus 5 minutes.
the characters get a rough time. Could be
Yeah.
multiple times, but
It happened to be exactly midnight on a full moon.
yeah, stay up there. Nobody's like, how was the no room? Was it cool?
Not
No.
It
really.
was-
There was a
No.
lot of no stuff in there.
Just old gross things. Like-
Ah,
How much of my battery did you kill?
But the battery's fine. The data is gone.
I mean,
Doesn't
I
that boost speak Latin?
I hope not.
I mean,
Ross, she's 8.
Well, I mean, Latin's an
he
old
reads
language.
a lot. Who knows?
no, I don't know Latin.
What's
know,
the
like-
Latin?
I only know 3 languages: English, bad English, and really bad English.
Did Ronja teach you those?
Yep.
No comment, Hera?
I mean, so Ronja does speak German and English.
I said English and bad English.
I
Wait,
think German's pretty bad English.
As long as you don't need as it's like plausible, you can speak more than one language than without having a merit for it, right?
It's iffy.
Yeah, this rule system is a little different than V5, but
It's still iffy. I gotta double check it, but yeah, like Latin, dead languages like Nokian, Latin, and everything, you do need the merit for most part.
Yeah, I mean,
Um,
but this is like none of these are dead languages.
I don't know German. Who
Fuck
speaks
off.
German anymore? I don't know.
I
who
don't know, at
speaks
least
German
80
anymore?
At
The
least
person
82
who
million
literally got
people.
pissed off and spoke German in our Discord the other day. She was so angry.
Genuinely one of the funniest things I think I've seen.
Fucking great.
He's just Hera getting pissed off and and just cursing in German.
And the fact that she didn't even realize anything until Kevin said something.
As you're sitting there, there is a knock on the door. The back door.
Oh, the
I was
back.
about to
door.
ask the basement door that disappeared.
I would pee.
Is that little robot guy?
Oh no. I go to the back door.
All
But
right.
we locked the door again too down there, right? Yeah.
Oh
I
yeah.
mean, obviously.
You see water.
Oh hey.
Hey,
So
y'all were texting me stuff and then just stopped.
oh we got
So,
distracted.
Yeah,
It-
so I
there's
was
But I
like,
can see how
"Ooh,
that might have
maybe-
seemed
Oh.
Maybe you
like,
died. So I came
can-
to check.
I can see how that would be
We're all still
concerning.
alive.
Ronya.
What?
Just double checking. I don't live too far away, so
We did not get murdered by anything in the basement.
oh good.
Yet.
I have no idea what's on
Yeah.
there.
Just old
Some
stuff.
Weird shit.
Nice. Do
Was there
you,
anything that we had like questions about?
How many items were roughly down there?
I have to look at the Well,
I mean,
count
we did
doesn't,
later.
at
check the
least.
last number, so
It's true. We did specifically look.
There's
at
in
the last
German.
one.
You don't understand it.
Thank you.
Did it have a capital M on it?
Oh, there was the last item that he was researching. He didn't
I'm-
actually get very far on it.
I'm not asking about the specific number. I'm just asking the ballpark.
I think there was like at least 50 or more items.
Okay, yeah. Then she says there's about 50 ways to die down there.
That does happen in old homes.
Yeah, the last thing that he was working on was kind of interesting. He didn't actually have a lot of information on it.
He did die not too far. He did sacrifice himself for the node not too long after returning from travels.
Where did he go?
Lots of places. Like I wasn't close friends with him or anything. I mean, I think Max might have been one of the people who knew him the best, but
He gave us like a list of numbers for everybody, right? We have like Max's number and Crystal's
Mhm.
and
I get like 5 or 6 numbers there, yeah. But yeah, Max is one of them. Max
Do you
is-
know if he was planning to turn himself into a node for a while before he did it, or was it like sudden?
Well, considering the complexity of that route, he was probably planning it for some time.
Mhm.
But he didn't really say anything that I'm aware of. But then, like I said, I was never really close
Okay.
to him.
I might ask Eugene then, or Max.
also like everything in that room is super creepy and dangerous. Did he
Mhm.
find anything that was ever like useful and not dangerous?
Probably. I mean, we did clean out the house, and most of the artifacts we found and talismans
Oh,
and
okay,
stuff.
okay.
Oh, so you
That's
took
what I
all
was
the
just
nice
wondering.
ones.
So like he probably kept the like non-dangerous stuff up here and you guys just took it.
Yeah, let's go
I'm
with
fine
that.
with that. I just was wondering because it's like
Like-
it seems suspicious that this man just keeps finding cursed shit.
Oh, that was one of his old jobs.
Does somebody else have that job now, or is that our job now?
No, it's not like a job you're given. It's just kind of like jobs and people just go. It's like, hey,
So
some
it was
people
more
collect.
like a hobby.
Yeah, some
Oh,
people
I
collect
see.
cursed items. Some people collect baseball cards. Some
Then
people
he covers
collect,
baseball cards.
Yes. But
Yeah.
whenever you get Rookie of the Year, you always do shitty that afterwards.
Man, there was no sequel on, that's for sure.
Now I hear there is one cursed one that apparently if you get, you suffer a horrible curse where like you just start rooting for the Cubs constantly, no matter what.
That is a horrible curse.
Yeah.
And yet, well, problem solved.
I was joking about that, but okay, guys, you all great sense of humor, everyone.
We all love
What?
baseball here in this house.
Yeah, dude, huge
You,
fans.
you just asked about baseball cards.
You brought them up.
No, I didn't.
It kind of did.
Yeah.
Anyway, we were about to have dinner.
Ah, good for you.
You interested?
Did you bring any? Oh,
No, I was gonna go eat at the Thai place on the street.
Oh, okay.
Good place. We had some the other day.
Mm, yeah.
By the other day, I mean last night.
Good, good, good. Oh, well, as long as you're all doing fine and everything, we're good. You're alive. That's important. Like you said, you were texting me about like, hey, items, this room, ward it, and then boom, nothing.
Well, thanks for coming to make sure we didn't all die horribly.
Yeah, I would have felt really bad.
probably would have been.
We'd
Inconsolable.
have felt worse.
No, actually, probably not, depending on how he
Well,
died. I mean,
I was
not
going to say
about anything.
inconvenienced because you'd have to go through all this one with new people.
That would be inconvenient.
What is your
Hey,
normal job?
My
Like,
normal job?
What do you do from like every day for work?
Nothing.
Nice.
A lot of mages are independently wealthy.
Oh, you guys don't know. Oh, remind me to tell you about the credit card route.
I'm sorry, the what now?
There's a spell where if you have you ever seen the movie Office Space?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Okay, so in the movie they did this thing, I believe, where they like put a program where they rounded off the 0.0001 that they round off when you do like banks go, do their whole banking thing, and there's always those remainders and they round off and stuff, right?
Yeah, that's from Superman 3.
That's in that too? Oh, cool.
They reference it in one. Office Space did it, and then Superman 3 copied it.
Didn't Superman 3 come out first?
It might have gone the other way around. Who cares?
But yeah, so there's actually a spell that kind of does the same thing magically. And a lot of mages, once we are experienced enough, just kind of do that so we don't have to worry about paying any bills. Doesn't make you wealthy or anything really, but no bills, no mortgage, no nothing.
that's pretty cool, actually. Yeah, no, that's pretty awesome.
Yeah. And then I know some virtual adepts who can. Have you ever seen Terminator 2?
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
You know how the kid put the thing in, it's like easy money.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
there's a lot of techno mages learn a spell that basically does the same thing. Oh, and then there's the Chakravanti who use their mastery of entropy to go into a 7-Eleven and just so happen to get a winning scratch off every now and then, so they can always have a constant slow amount of money, but you can't do it too often because then entropy kicks your ass because you still probabilities, but that's something. Yeah, most mages, once we actually are competent on things, do very well. Eventually you'll learn when you become competent. Anyway, I'm
Sounds
gonna be leaving.
Boring. All right, goodbye.
Yeah. Goes, gets in his car, just like
Well, that was
That guy's a thief.
he's a thief.
I guess. I mean, stealing money with credit
Nah.
card spells.
That's not stealing.
I mean, it's
The banks
stealing
don't
from like a
care.
big bank.
Banks aren't. Yeah, screw the banks. You're
Like,
right.
They steal from regular people all the time anyway, so.
Those are all just made up numbers.
Also, like, it's literally a percentage of a cent. Like,
They're not going to notice it.
I'm not going to defend a bank.
No, good.
So what we're gonna have for dinner?
I don't know. It depends on what Torque bought at the grocery store.
I got stuff for spaghetti.
Fabulous. That's what I'm making.
I'm
Mm.
gonna help. with the
Yeah, we could make
cooking.
like a big casserole. Just mix a bunch of stuff in
I
there.
point
and
at
then bake it,
Ronja,
cheese on
and
top.
because it was your familiar that left the lovely present underneath my bed, you were taking trash out.
That's fair.
or locks. Snorlax is like, it was a gift.
Yeah. Gift my ass. See if you get any ground beef tonight.
Rejected.
I had food later the year.
Ugh,
Burger.
disgusting.
You know, this is the Snorlax we got, and I half expected it to be like Khajiit has wares. If you had coin.
No, he's just a feral fucking wild beast.
Just in case
Just like he's just a cat.
sages that are confused, familiars in Mage can often talk. So Ronja's familiar is actually capable of speech, hence why her familiar is talking. In case you didn't get that.
But
I
he's still
mean-
shaped just like a cat, so he left
Yep.
a dead fucking mouse underneath my character's bed.
At this point, you talk for the kids, you talk for the NPCs. I'm not surprised that you talk for the familiars. I just assume anything that you're voicing is
I
probably
mean,
something that we should know
I
about.
just gave
Hmm.
Kev just a whole host of NPCs to voice to, with two
Mhm.
kids and a familiar.
We all know Kev loves to voice kids, so
Don't technically our avatars also can speak to us?
We're not utilizing avatars currently, and not always.
Not
Um,
always, okay. I mean, it depends on the avatar itself, right? Because they can
It
take
depends on
off.
several factors, yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, sit down, get a nice little dinner going. Jeremy walks down after a bit. It's like, that was a good nap. Guys, find anything interesting?
Just if
Walter
you
stopped by.
see suddenly a door to the basement show up, just
There's a basement.
don't go down there.
Okay.
There's weird stuff down there. Just don't worry about it.
If
What
you
do
go
you
there,
mean?
you'll have to help.
You're
clean
really
it up.
not selling him not to go down there.
Like cool weird stuff?
It's
No,
old
not
people
really.
junk. It was something that was somebody was 90 and he had it and he put it down there.
Bad weird
Oh.
stuff.
Old stuff becomes new vintage stuff you can sell at thrift stores.
And
No.
not
Bad
this
weird
stuff.
stuff. None of this down there is sellable.
You want to carry 100 giant boxes up at the stairs, then probably don't
No.
want to do that.
Anyway, dinner's ready.
That's why I came down. Sit around a relatively large dinner table as a family. As you hear cars in the street. Wait, what? Oh.
Very weird family.
Family is not who you're born with, they're who you choose. And you didn't
That's fair.
choose this family either.
No,
They're
Walter
kind of
chose
throwing
this.
No. I mean, I guess we chose to stay.
Well, it's been 2 days. We'll see how it goes.
We could have said no.
All right. And we will be ending around here. A nice little ending spot with dinner for everybody.
Mm.
Yum.
I finally got spaghetti.
You did it. You got your spaghetti. And you didn't drop it.
I never drop my spaghetti.
All right.
One of the
Thank
best
you all.
things that ever happened in our Discord.
Oh, my head. Thank you all for joining us at the with this interestingly chaotic episode of Chantry House Baltimore. I've been your storyteller. Hopefully, when you're seeing this, you've been enjoying. This is episode 3, I believe. The opposing week that this comes out, so not the week this comes out, but the following week will be the new Power Rangers and Second game that I'm also running on our Grown Community channel. And we're not going to do like typical plugs or anything, mainly because we're not 100% sure when this is going to be aired because we're just still waiting for things. But if you're watching this, it's all been taken care of. But there's going to be some links in the doobly-doo below for various channels of people who run things and different streaming things and non-streaming and VODs and all fun stuff brought to you by people in our Discord who run various cool, interesting games. So check them out.
Basically everybody but me.
You do some cool stuff in our games.
I don't currently GM anything, funnily enough. A thing that Kevin has been griping about since he realized it 2 weeks ago.
Always a storyteller, never a player. Anyway,
Because you have all the books.
yeah. But yeah, thank you for joining us. Hopefully you've been entertained. Hopefully you've been enjoying this. Also, check out Baltimore by Night game, which is released fortnightly on Mondays, as well as a Dishonored game, which is the opposing Monday as this. We're not so just check them out. You'll see the pattern when you check out our playlist and everything. And hopefully you've been enjoying everything. And until next time, I'm still working on that outro. Magically delicious. No.
No.
You've been charmed city.
I have a
I'm,
suggestion, but I don't
I'm
like
leaving.
it.
What's
What's
your
your suggestion,
suggestion?
Luke?
I'll post it after it's closed.
Kidding. Smart. Wise choice.
Yeah. I don't want to distract us.
Well, hopefully you enjoy your
Yes.
rest of your day, rest of your night, rest of your week. Just have fun and everything good. So storyteller out.
No.
Bye.
Bye.